Hey everyone, it's Megan here from Meghan Makes Do, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful alternate waffle stitch, which is featured in my brand new pattern, the Milani Cardigan, which you can see here. So it is a wonderful textured stitch that gives this beautiful, somewhat of a waffle-like look, but we're going to do a couple things differently so that it doesn't eat up so much yarn and you still get these little squares in your design. So let's go ahead and get started. For today's tutorial, I'm using just a little bit of extra yarn I had left over. This is Lion Brand's Woolies. So this is a worsted weight yarn, and I'll be using a 5mm crochet hook. So go ahead and follow along, grab your yarn and hook. And what we're going to do is we want to chain a multiple of 3 plus 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain 19. So we have 18, which is a multiple of 3, plus 1 would be 19. All right, so we have 19 stitches, and our first row is very simple. This is just kind of like a setup row. We're going to be working with half double crochets throughout this whole stitch, but we're going to be putting our half double crochet stitches into special places. So we're going to be working into the tops of the half double crochets as well as into the third loop of the half double crochets. So to start row 1, we're going to skip the first chain and work a half double crochet into the second chain from the hook and into each chain all the way across. Okay, so we've gotten to the end of row 1. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and this is where we're going to start working this special half double crochets in order to get that beautiful waffle-like texture. So the chains at the beginning of your rows do not count as a stitch. So you can see here we have the tops of our stitches, we have our back loop, front loop, and then if we turn, looking right at us is this extra third loop. So you'll be working into some of these third loops, and then some of the stitches you'll just do a regular half double crochet into the top. So for row 2, we're going to start by working a half double crochet front loop only, or third loop only, sorry. So into this third loop of the first stitch, then we're going to work a regular half double crochet, so not into the third loop, but into the top, going through both the front and back loop. And then we're going to get into our pattern repeat, which is going to be 2 half double crochet third loop only. So there's 1, 2, and then 1 half double crochet just the normal way. Okay, and we're going to repeat that all the way across until we have 1 stitch left. So it's 2 half double crochet third loop only, 1 half double crochet. So some of the stitches will work into the third loop, which in this case, since we're working in rows, it will always be in front of you, like in the front of your work. And then regular half double crochets. And once you get the hang of it, it's actually very easy, and it's a beautiful, relaxing stitch to make. And I just love the texture that it has. All right, so here's our last half double crochet. And then our last stitch is going to be a half double crochet, third loop only. Okay, and this is the wrong side of our work that we're seeing here. Then we'll chain 1 and turn. So now you can start to see the little squares coming up. So for row 3, we're going to be working a regular half double crochet and then a half double crochet third loop only. And our pattern repeat this time is going to be 2 half double crochet, so just normal going to the top of the stitch, and then 1 half double crochet, third loop only. And we repeat that. So 2 half double crochets going into the top, and then 1 half double crochet, third loop only. And we repeat that across until we have 1 stitch left. So you can see here, we're kind of following these posts here to know where to place our half double crochet, third loop only. And as we go, it'll become a lot more clear where exactly you're going to do it. So these little posts that kind of stick up and create that texture, they're going to kind of zigzag back and forth. So see how these ones here are a little more to the right, and the ones we're working now are a little bit to the left. Our next row will have one a little to the right, the next row a little to the left. So these are not going to be 100% straight, but you'll still get that nice square texture. So I'm just going to finish out the third row here. Okay, so this is our last half double crochet, third loop only, and we'll end row 3 with a regular half double crochet. Okay, so you can kind of start to see our texture coming here. And then we're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3 for as long as we'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and work up a few more rows so you can really see the texture coming through. Okay, so I worked up a few more rows. I just finished a row 2 repeat, so I'm about to do row 3, and you can kind of see what I was talking about with like how these posts kind of zigzag back and forth. So your little squares might not be exactly stacked on top of each other, but you still kind of get that beautiful, almost like a waffle stitch, but a little bit different. But it's just beautiful, and you can use this stitch for so many different things. It would look great as a blanket, hat, scarf, sweater, whatever you can think of, this stitch would be great for. So I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you want to practice this stitch in real time, you can go ahead and check out my Milani Cardigan crochet pattern, which is free on my blog, also available as a PDF in my shop. So I will put links in the description below for all the tools used here today, as well as a link to test out this beautiful stitch in the Milani cardigan. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.